flavor this is? I fuck with this one.
And just how did you just feel physically out there tonight? Were you limited at all with what you were doing?
Yeah, I felt good. Yeah, I mean, a little fatigued. I haven't played in like a month and a half, so a little fatigued, but that was expected. Other than that, I felt good.
Got right into it in the fourth quarter, right down to 4 or 5 points. What kind of prevented you from being able to finish it out?
A couple just mental errors in the game that we're gonna correct going into the next game. Yeah, a couple of turnovers that we shouldn't have had.
And did the fatigue affect you at all, or affect your shot? Did you feel, or did you feel like you pretty much had your legs for the most part?
No, I didn't affect my shot. Just didn't fall.
Guys were saying that some of the fouling on Jamal maybe carried over into other possessions and kind of affected you guys maybe mentally tonight. Did you feel that with some of the fouling tonight and maybe some of the tough stretches of defense?
No, not really. I mean, we expected it to be a game like this, and if that's the case, then we wasn't mentally ready because we knew how it was gonna go, and yeah, they're gonna get foul calls, and we might not get none, and that's okay. So we got to be ready for that and mentally prepared for it to go their way and not go our way, and we should be okay with that.
And the first half, the offensive ball movement was really good, and you guys were able to get to the second side and attack the paint from there. Why do you think that dried up in the second half?
I don't know. Yeah, I got to go watch the film. I don't know. I thought the ball was still but Finchy said the same thing. The ball stopped kind of moving, but yeah, I don't know. I got to go look at it.
Big game from Rudy, guarding Jokic, and he was finishing around the basket too. I mean, that's the version of him you guys need, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Rudy played his ass off. Yeah, we can't ask nothing more for Rudy.
This has been a team that you guys have had a lot of success when you get all the way, not just you, but everybody gets all the way to the rim, and you're able to attack them downhill. Is that something you feel like you guys or you saw more room to attack and maybe exploit that more in game two?
Yeah, I feel like other than me, he's in Jokic is in a drop with everybody else. So I feel like yeah, we gotta be able to get downhill on them and finish because they don't really have much rim protection. But with all that being said, they did their job. They got the first game on their floor, and we're gonna do our job next game.
Throughout this week of practice, did you guys emphasize ball movement, especially you and Julius kind of getting off the ball? Because, I mean, you had 7 assists tonight in addition to 9 rebounds. Was it something where, like, it was going to be a more of a ball movement to attack this team, do you think?
I had 7 assists. Oh, I did have 7 assists. That's a lot of assists for me. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how they play me. In pick and roll, 2 on the ball. If I try to ISO, 2 on the ball. So just trying to get off of it. I may took a couple of shots that I should have took, but I'm just trying to find my rhythm. I haven't played in a month and a half, so that was just trying to find my rhythm. But other than that, I feel like I moved the ball pretty good, found my teammates. I feel like they just did a pretty good job of stopping our runs and crashing the offensive glass, getting extra possessions. And, yeah, I mean, Jamal helped them. He shot, 19? How many free throws did he shoot? 16 for 16 from the free throw line. So, I mean, they helped him a lot.
The 3 early blocks, was that a product of what you're doing on defense, just the way the game moves it was in front of you to have, or how did that work? You had 3 early blocks in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's just me trying to, do everything on the floor. My shot wasn't falling, so I was trying to do other things. But, yeah, I didn't know I had 3 blocks, but cool.
And just you've been in the playoffs a lot now. What have you learned about just navigating a series and the ups and the downs that come with it, especially against these guys? Just how to handle that.
Yeah, I was just telling the guys when it was like 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter, like, we good. It's game 1. Like I said, they did their job. They won the first game on their floor. We would have loved to win the first game and ruffle some feathers, but they came out and competed at a high level and did their job. So we should be ready next game to come out here and do what we got to do to get a win.
Think you've ever won a series, though, when you've lost game 1? So is that, I guess, the next challenge for you in your career here?
I never knew that. But I don't really care. Yeah, so it's a long series. It's first to win 4 games, not 1, so it's cool.
Yeah, kind of sticking with that, Ant, on the long series. When you guys obviously don't have the great third quarter, I guess how can you build on being able to claw back in and tie it up and stay close to the end?
I feel like we did. I feel like we fought back. I think we cut it to like 2 maybe. But yeah, just a couple game plan mistakes that we shouldn't have had from myself and a couple of other guys. But yeah, that's all it was. Like, we cut it to 2. We got to be solid. We just got to be solid throughout the rest of the game, especially once we down 12, 13, cut it to 2. Everything, we just got to be solid and let everything go through us.
And with Jaden, sometimes he goes on these, at the beginning of the game, he goes on these like runs. He has 10 points in the first quarter. He's always kind of been a lower usage guy for you, but does it feel like he's kind of like stepping up a level to somebody you guys really need to be intentional about?
Yeah, we gotta find a way, especially myself, gotta find a way to like get him the ball, and it's kind of difficult because it's not like he's bringing the ball up the court, you know. So I'm bringing the ball up the court. I got to find a way to get him the ball, initiate, and get him the ball within the play. And I think Finchie does a great job of trying to call his number, but I got to do it without Finchie calling his number a lot more because he's really fucking talented. And he didn't get number 14 shots tonight. We need him to shoot more on the 18 to 20 shots tonight. So yeah, that's on us.
A rhythm offensively when you come back from injury, is there a rhythm to be regained defensively too, especially when part of your assignment might be chasing around Jamal Murray for parts of the game?
Yeah, it's really tiring chasing him around. He's in like every action. If the first DHO don't work, it's another DHO coming, and there's a pin down coming for him. So yeah, they got a lot of tricks up their sleeve when it comes to getting him the ball, getting him off of people who pressure him, like not letting him bring the ball up the court. So they got a good scheme for him, but we got a couple of different guys we can throw at him, but
Is to kind of get right back in it at the end. What did you see that caused it to slip away there?
I mean, it's a lot of composure issues and just kind of, we got to make smarter, more solid plays. We had 2 turnovers right in the middle of one run back, one in the paint, which was a tough pass for Rudy to handle. And Rudy does the wraparound DHO that they poke away. Then we get the away from the play foul, and then it just, wasn't very smart. We got to be more composed and down 7. I don't know what's left, like 3 minutes or something like that, and then we foul up the floor. So plays like that really hurt you in playoffs, and especially against an experienced team.
Given how much experience you guys do have in these spots, is it actually surprising, disappointing to see that lack of composure?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about, being able to ride the waves of adversity that happen in a possession or a game or certainly a series. And I thought we did that, and being able to ride out some kind of poor offense, whether it was lack of shot making or lack of movement, gave ourselves a chance, kept guarding, and then got back in, got to within 2. And then, within that period of time, a bunch of, like the plays that we just talked about. So we got to be better there, and it's a bit of a telltale for us when we're not good in those moments, so.
Lack of ball movement, especially in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah.
It just seemed, you had 1 assist in the first 9 minutes.
Yeah.
What happens in that type of situation where they get locked in to their own?
Yeah, everyone was, I think trying to get themselves going a little bit there. Ball didn't move. Played a lot of shell offense. A lot of guys stuck on the perimeter, not punching any gaps, no movement. I thought we had really good movement, ball movement in the first half too, and just kind of dried up. And it really cost us because it kind of led to a lot of easy baskets for them, being able to run out of our poor offense.
How did Ant look to you in terms of?
I mean, he looked
100%.
normal for what he's been through. I thought, I thought it was always going to be, a little. I thought he got tired in the third. That's why I pulled him a little bit earlier. He had some good looks throughout the game. Touch maybe wasn't there, but certainly a good. It wasn't the Ant we're used to seeing, but it's pretty much as expected given where he is and trying to find his rhythm.
when it comes to things you maybe did well, what do you want to see more of?
sorry.
When it comes to things you did well in the game, what do you want to see more of? Maybe going into game 2, or things that you can do more consistently throughout the course of it.
I mean, it starts with the movement on offense. You know, I think that our transition died off. You know, we've always been a better team when we play fast. We move it more consistently in the half court. You know, and generated a lot of good looks. You know, we're really finding Jaden in the flow of the offense. That kind of dried up. We gotta do a better job of, you know, staying with the flow and letting everybody benefit from it.
Chris, with Ant, do you see it being more of a rhythm thing versus any physical limitations there?
Yeah, I didn't see a ton of physical limitations. Yeah, I really didn't. It looked like just a rusty game back.
With Denver before, where you guys are able to punch gaps a lot in the first half and then it does dry up. I've seen that recipe against them. Why do you think that is?
I mean, you know, obviously they switched their matchups a little bit in the third quarter. I don't know how much that played into us not moving the ball. You know, their defense was the same. I think literally, you know, they've been a really good third quarter team, best third quarter team in the league all year. I don't know how much it's attributed to their defense, but their offense is very strong in the third quarter. So, but we had some open looks. You know, I do think we could have gotten some better shots for sure. You know, I didn't like the runners that we were taking in the paint. I didn't like those. You know. So.
Chris, with Rudy, he guards Jokic. Seemed like he did a really good job on Jokic, and he was finishing through contact offensively. I mean,